Good, good evening, everyone. Happy Mobile Home Mondays. I am your host, Jasmine Gittens, and I am here to bring you guys tips, strategies, information that you can actually take and implement into your business to grow a successful mobile home business. And tonight is a highly requested video. And I'm so excited to get into it tonight. I'm just tagging everybody to let them know that we are live and let them hop on into our live. But yeah, this is a super highly requested video on how to run comps on mobile homes. How do we actually find and determine the price of mobile homes, especially if you are brand new, if you've never done this before, right? Maybe you just got like a lead, you got an opportunity, and you're like, okay, how do I price this thing, right? What should I make as an offer? And what can I potentially list this for? So I want to go over 5 ways that you can actually comp mobile homes, particularly, again, if you're new and just getting started and looking to get into the business. So and even if you aren't new, even if you're experienced and you're learning, or excuse me, you're expanding into like different markets, even, this is always something that is new, and something that you can always utilize no matter what stage you're in mobile homes. But before I jump into that, I want to invite you guys to join our 2-day 6-figure mobile home boot camp that we have coming up. I'm super excited about it. And what we're doing, this is a Black Friday special. So this 2-day boot camp is usually $497, but right now we are offering it for only $5. Okay, $5. That's 99% off. Okay, so if you've been wanting to get into mobile homes, looking to figure out, how you can get into this space, or even if you are already in it and you're looking to scale, looking to learn about different ways to get into mobile homes, different avenues, because we're going to be talking about different ways to invest in mobile homes in 2024 and exactly how to do that, right? So, yeah, if you're ready and you're ready to be a 6-figure earner with mobile homes, you absolutely do not want to miss this opportunity. This is going to be by far the best class that we've had this year. We're going to end this year off with a super bang. So go ahead, click the link, mobilehomesunlocked.com/Black Friday to get 99% off. Okay, so this is $5. Okay, literally less than a Starbucks coffee. Okay, so hop in the class and join us for this great boot camp. So now, of course, I want you guys to tune in. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments, and if you gain any value from this video, please like it, share it, even really appreciate that. Okay, so let's get into tonight's session. So again, if you guys are all right, there's a motorcycle driving past my house. Sorry about that. So if you guys are looking again to figure out how to run comps, right? I want to share with you 5 ways that you can go about doing this. Okay. So let's just say you got an opportunity in a park, right? Or even if it's not in a park, but let's just, for this particular, for the first option on how to run comps, let's say you get a mobile home in a park. You want to know, how do I comp this? How do I determine the price, right? Or how do I determine the value? Okay, so the first thing that you can do is actually call the park manager. Okay, so you can actually speak with the park manager of that particular park and ask them, what have homes in this condition in your park, right? In this size, this condition in your park recently sold for? Have you sold any recently like this? And what have they recently sold for? A lot of times park managers want to give you like an inventory list of all of the homes that they currently have available, which is great. You want that too, because you can utilize that data. But more so, we're more interested in what has sold, right? Because sometimes the price, the inventory list, it could be a little bit inflated, right? They might have prices a little bit higher than it will actually end up closing at. So we want to know, have you sold any homes like this one in your park? And if so, how much did it sell for? Now, the park managers, they know what's going on in the park, right? They know who's selling, who's buying, they're aware of everything. So they're very knowledgeable on what has happened and what transactions are taking place in the park. So that's a great place to go, is to actually just go directly to the park manager and figure out how much the properties like it has sold for. Now, if they haven't had, let's just say, for example, this property is like a distressed property, right? It's kind of like an outlier in the park. If they've only had properties that are in good condition, right, like are renovated, be sold recently, you can also take that data as well. You can use that to actually formulate your offer. So if they only have, again, retail properties that are renovated in good condition, and they don't have any that recently sold that need renovations, like the one that you may be looking at, get that information too. Okay, so utilize that, and that will help you determine the ARV, right? The after repair value. How much will this mobile home be valued at once the repairs have been done? And if you have that information, that can help you to figure out how much the home is currently valued at, based on the renovations that are needed. Okay, so just calling that park, and calling that park is number one. Okay, and probably the simplest, easiest, and really probably the best data that you can actually get in regards to figuring out the price, figuring out the value. Okay. The next is calling neighboring parks. Okay. So you can call neighboring parks. Like, what are some other parks in that, in that area, like a 10 mile radius? Like, how many other parks are there in that area? And actually call those parks. Now, you want to look for parks that are in similar condition to the park that that your mobile home is in, or the mobile home that you're, calling about is in, because you don't want to necessarily call a park. Let's say your park is in like a 3-star park, and then you call like a 5-star park that has like a pool and like all types of different amenities, and you're in it's beautiful, well kept, and like your park is maybe not in the same condition, right? So because you have to kind of take those factors into consideration. Okay, so you want to try to call like parks, right? If you can, right? So call like parks. Again, call the park managers and see how much homes in that similar condition, age range, right? We typically want to be looking within like a 10-year age range, kind of gap, if you will, to the property, compared to the property that you are inspecting and comping. Okay. So again, asking them how much have homes sold for in their parks. All right. And then also you can certainly ask for an inventory list. If they do have any homes for sale or available, what are those homes being listed and sold for? But ultimately, we really do want to know what they have been sold for. Okay. So that is number 2. Number 3 is calling dealers. So you can call local dealers, mobile home dealers, and figure out how much the homes that are in a similar age and size are selling for. Now, when you're calling the dealers, keep in mind that typically speaking, the dealers are selling renovated properties, right? And they are looking to get top dollar, okay, as high as they can possibly get. Okay, so you want to take that into consideration, that they are looking to get, top dollar. These are often renovated properties. Okay, so you can go in, asking how much a property, again, within a certain 10-year age gap from the property that you're comping, and size, right? Similar size. So how much these properties have been sold for, how much are they recently been sold for, how much are they selling them for? And I would even ask them if in case some of the dealers do buy properties. They do buy mobile homes that they will fix, they will renovate and resell, right? And I would ask them, right, like, if a property is in this condition, it needs this, it needs that, it's this age range. How much would you guys be looking to pay for that? Like, how much would you be willing to pay for that, right? And get that price, right, so that you can get an idea of what an investor will be looking to pay for that type of property. Okay, that again in that age range and condition. Okay. Uh Now going on to number 4. Going on to number 4. Excuse me. You can run test ads. So when you get into a market, right? Let's just say you decide, I see we got somebody in here from Orlando, right? So let's just say you decide Orlando's your market, right? You're like, look, Orlando's my market. Okay. So you can actually start running test ads, right? Where you're posting and listing mobile homes in different age ranges on different platforms like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, and actually begin to get real offers from real buyers. Right now, this is the thing. Obviously, you don't actually have the property, right? There is no property. Some would call this like a ghost ad. Okay, so you're posting a mobile home that you don't actually have available. You're pricing it, what you would believe based on calling some parks and calling some dealers, right? Maybe calling some FSBOs, some for sale by owners, if you're driving through parks, to see what they're asking for. And based on that, you're like, you know what, I'm going to run maybe 2 or 3, really like probably 2, right? Test ads, see what I'm getting in terms of people actually making an offer on the property. Okay, so somebody reaches out to you on Facebook. They're like, hey, I'm interested in this property. You're like, okay, great. Well, we got a bunch of people that are interested. We really want to make sure we're working with serious buyers. So, I want to have you come out and look at the property, but just based on the pictures and the information that you see here, what would you be looking to offer? I know this is not a final commitment, but I just want to know kind of what range you would be in before we kind of take that next step, if everything aligns with what it looks like online, right? And you get people to make you soft offers. They're like, oh, okay, based on the pictures. I mean, if it looks exactly the way that it looks on, in the pictures, and the size and the condition is exactly as you listed it, maybe I would offer you $10,000. Maybe I'd offer you 15, 20, 30, right? Whatever it may be. But now you're actually getting real buyers making you real offers. And this is really critical because at the end of the day, those are your buyers. Those are the people who are going to be buying these deals from you. So you want to know what they're willing to pay, right? That's ultimately what's the most important outside of, anything else, right? What are they actually willing to pay? What are they actually willing to pay? Okay, so you start getting those buyers. And the cool thing about that is you're actually building your buyers list at the same time. Okay, so when you actually have a deal, you can reach out to those same exact buyers, interested buyers, and say, hey, we have this other deal. I know that one, we didn't have any longer, but we have this one available. Are you interested? Right? We're going to be showing it Saturday at 12, whatever, right? So actually running test ads, okay? And last but certainly not least is reviewing current listings. Okay, so we talked about listings from like park managers, but this is online listings, right? So you can actually go on Facebook Marketplace, go on Craigslist, see what people have listed their properties for, again, that are in similar condition to yours. So I would go on Facebook Marketplace, put in the city that I'm, researching and running comps for, and maybe do like no more than a 10-mile radius, and see what homes mobile homes that are, again, within like a 10-year age gap and similar condition. What are they being listed for? Okay, what are they being listed for? And in that same breath, you can also look at properties that are a bit more renovated, right? They're, in nicer condition, and you can see what are those being listed for. So again, you're getting a as is price, right? Like, what is the property valued as is, meaning in the condition it's at, without doing any renovations or doing anything at all, and then compared to what is the property's ARV, right? What is the after repair value? Okay, so those are the two ways that you can, go about doing that. All right. So those are 5 ways. Those are 5 ways that you can go about running comps for mobile homes. Okay. Again, calling parks, calling park managers, local and neighboring parks, calling dealers, running test ads, and reviewing current online listings. All right, guys. So that is it. This has been a question that we have been, it's one of the highest asked questions. And I was like, let's just get a video out here. So I hope that was extremely helpful for you guys. I have some people saying how to sign up. So again, we are running a Black Friday special for our 2-day 6-figure mobile home boot camp, where I'm going to be sharing with you the top ways to invest in mobile homes in 2024 and how to get it done, how to become a 6-figure earner with mobile homes in months. Okay. So if you want to get into that, if you want to take advantage, the class is usually $497. We are now running a 99% discount. So you will get into the class for only $5 if you register now. So click this link. It should be in the description somewhere, and get into this class. Okay. This is going to be awesome. Everything that you need to get started. Okay. To get started. We're going to be talking about different strategies, best ways to get started, how to, scaling, whole nine. Okay. So, but if you're looking again to get in, again, this is whether you're new or experienced, because if you're experienced and you've only been doing one strategy, either you've only been wholesaling or you've only been flipping, whatever it is, like, you want to be privy of these different strategies, some of which I haven't heard anyone speak about. So I want to bring them to the light, share them with you, and help you guys be able to grow and get into this business with little to no money down. Okay. How long is each class? How long is the class for each day? So it's gonna be, I want to say, an hour and a half to 2 hours each day. It's gonna be, just because I'm gonna have, like, sometimes for Q&As. So I'll say maximum 2 hours each day. Okay, and it's gonna be on a Saturday and Sunday. So click the link. All the details are there. You can just sign up. It's $5. Like, come on, get up in there. Get up in there. Okay, let me see. Is there so I can get cash. Somebody asked a question. I don't know who this is. What if they want to rent or lease to own, but you just want to sell it? Is there another way to go so I can get cash and move on? Okay, so there's 2 ways that you can do this, right? One is if they only want to rent it, like they're just only interested in renting it. Um, you can ask if they would provide referral fees. Like, if you actually, were to find them a tenant, would they provide a referral fee? Okay, that's one approach. That's one approach, is to ask them if they would provide a referral fee. The second approach, if they just want to rent it, is to figure out how much they want for rent, right? Because you could, right? We actually just made an offer like this week. to someone, you could actually rent it and then sublease it to a tenant of your own, right? Depending if it makes sense, if there's enough meat on the bone, right? If there's enough room for you to do that. Okay. So, for example, we offered a seller, he wanted to sell it straight cash. It needs to be moved, but we couldn't get him what he wanted. He wanted 16,000. We can only offer him 8,000 because again, it needs to be moved, right? So that's just an additional cost, okay? But we said to him, "Hey, would you mind it staying there? It's on your land. What if we rented it out for you? I know you don't want to deal with tenants and all that." So essentially we would pay you like a lot rent, right? Because he doesn't want to sell it unless he's selling it, in other words, right? So it's like not like a rent to own. He either wants to just sell it and get rid of it, or figure out some type of rental. So we're thinking of creative strategies, right? So what if we rent it, right? We rent it for like $300, where we're basically essentially renting the lot or paying what we would pay typical park managers, and then we will be renting it out. But you won't have to. We'll be subleasing it, but you won't have to. We'll handle all management, essentially, right? But we're subleasing it, and essentially, we would be getting like around $1,000 for rent, for subleasing, and then we would be paying him $300. So, there's a $700 profit, right? So cash flow. So therefore the numbers make sense there. So you would just want to make sure that the numbers make sense. But if they want to rent to own, if they want to lease to own, you could do two things there too. You can wholesale like a rent to own property. Okay, so you can get it under contract, get everything, and then when you are wholesaling out, they can pay the deposit for the home. Could be your assignment fee, right? So you can also do that. You can wholesale a rent to own, a lease option. Okay. And yeah, I think that would be the only only options that I can currently think of without having more details about the deal. So if you just want to just walk away from it, uh, really just wholesaling the lease option will be really your best bet. Okay, just wholesaling the lease option. Okay. But if he's considering doing a lease to own, then that means he's open to selling it. So I would make him a cash offer too, to say, hey, if you want to just be done, hands off, here's a cash offer that we can provide you. But also we can do create a lease to own option that you can wholesale out. Okay. Another Orlando in the building. Love it, love it, love it. Awesome. 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 So it looks like those are all the questions that I see came in. Make sure you guys head over to mobilehomesunlocked.com/Black Friday. Get into our 2-day 6-figure mobile home boot camp for $5, only $5, 99% off right now. So get in there, guys. Talk to you soon. Hope this video was super helpful. Give it a thumbs up, like it, all the good stuff. All right. Talk to you all soon. Bye.